大家好，又嚟到世界的天空呢個環節啦。咁有我係 Ed 同埋咧阿 Bonnie 喺度。Long time no see, Bonnie.
Hello，大家好，我是 Bonnie。
So long time no see. 上一次见面的时候我在台北，现在已经
一个月刚好一个月。
Yeah, and we have a lot of new things to learn. How to say some Chinese words, traditional Chinese words, probably in Taiwanese Mandarin. Put it this way. That's the key.
Yes.
And I hope you will be inspired and you can learn some Cantonese as well.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. 好，咁今日咧，我哋有3個話題咧，想講一講嘅。We got 3 different topics today. One is on a very hot topic. The CEO and founder of Nvidia, Jensen Huang. He has he was in Taiwan for like a few weeks and created some sort of a storm.
Yes.
And second thing, it's the current President Lai Ching-te and the VP Xiao Mi-qing versus Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping,
Correct. Xi Jinping.
Yeah, we want to learn how to say it properly, and why Lai Ching-te and Xiao Mi-qing. It seems like they're quite popular. I mean, 1 month after I left, and even though when I'm in North America now, I still hear a lot of news.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's positive. And third thing we want to talk a little bit. It's traditional Chinese versus the simplified Chinese. Yeah, just give some examples. Now, first topic, a little bit political though. The CCP 中共唔敢移動的
Jensen Huang.
Yeah. How come the 中國共產黨 how come they're afraid to make a lot of comments about Jensen Huang, even though he says Taiwan it's a country, right? So he did say.
Yeah, it's like one of the best countries, or maybe the best country. Yeah.
And it seems like CCP isn't reacting too harsh on what he says, having any military drills whatsoever after he makes comments. Yeah. So I find it interesting.
Actually, I think you could look at it in both sides. First of all, Jensen Huang is not a politician. He's a businessman. And that makes no point for any free person to speak freely. And he's not, he's not someone like we have a lot of people in show business, like actors or stars. Yeah. They earn a lot of money. They have concerts in China. So they have to be there to earn their money. And then China could push them into saying something that, that they may not want to say. But for Jensen, he doesn't have to go to China to do something. And there's no point for China, so for the CCP to do that. And if, Jensen Huang, he came for, his stay was pretty long this time, but he didn't meet any politicians. Okay, by politicians, I meant in the administration, Lai Ching-te's administration. He didn't meet anyone, at least not in public. We didn't see anyone.
Right.
So it's like a business and cultural, and he was born and raised in Taiwan until he was 9, right? About the time I went to the States. So we could say that we're Taiwanese. So of course we love Taiwan. We like the night market. We love the people. He could say that freely. And after all, he's American. And an American businessman to express his own feelings, which is not political. I don't see the point that China would want to raise the issue. And partially, if you see how Jensen Huang had formed his trip this time, but since we're still talking about him now, China, on the other hand, should be a little bit afraid of what Jensen wants, not him, the person, but what Jensen Huang and a lot of Taiwanese are doing with the American when it comes to chips. Because so far, the semiconductor, China did not develop. Like you have Huawei, right?
Yes.
中国有华为，华
Mm.
为 still, and I don't see how it could in the future to produce the high level semiconductor chips.
Yeah.
Because in able to do that, you have to have certain stuff, like you have to buy it from the American, from Dutch, from Japan.
Mm.
And with Americans ban, Biden's ban last year, there's no way that CCP could buy it. So there's still no way that they could improve. At this point, if you get angry at a American businessman who was raised in Taiwan saying something good about Taiwan, I don't see why CCP wants to do it. And after all, the Chinese people were pretty quiet about it.
Okay, good. And we have some commentators from Hong Kong.
Yes.
They kind of ridiculed Jensen's feast. When he hosted these and Dido the Thai, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not that expensive, and then one pro-Beijing guy ridiculed him as being very stingy. But what's it even mentioned in the Taiwan media? Because it was like I don't know, less than 2,000 NT for like a.
Oh yeah.
Right. So the Hong Kong one Hong Kong commentator, who is also a real estate developer.
To say you could have spent more, right? Something
Yeah,
like that, right?
yeah.
Okay, this is something that's very different because I have a lot of friends from Hong Kong, and we seem to see that this kind of thing even before Jensen came. It's quite different because Jensen was born here. That's why he visited the night market so often.
Yeah.
When you come here, you want to have some. You have to, he misses the local food. And when you treat your friends here, I'm not sure about how the Hong Kong commentator thinks, but it's not about how much.
Mean. That guy is very mean. His name is Mr. Tongman. No.
Yeah, I don't see the points because when you want to like treat your longtime friend and your family, you want to go somewhere that you feel at home.
Right.
But if it's only business to business, you don't want to have anything to do with that person. When you walk out, then you treat him in a 5-star hotel. But if you want him to be or her to be your friend, you go to somewhere that you feel at home. And some people are just trying to pick, stuff to commentate or to judge. I don't really pay attention to that.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is Jensen Huang. Just probably like less than 2 weeks ago, and this is his family.
Yeah.
So he got, I think, an American wife, a classmate, and these are his kids. Yeah. The daughter works at Nvidia as well. Yeah.
Yes, they both work in Nvidia. Actually, his son Spencer had opened a bar in Taiwan and has been here for had been here in Taiwan for a very long time. So he speaks pretty good Mandarin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So why don't we go to our second discussion?
Yes.
Today. Now, lighting the right? Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, that's perfect. 赖清德.
Lighting the, and then 肖美琴.
肖美琴.
Okay. And how do you say Xi Jinping in Mandarin?
Xi Jinping. That one is pretty different, right? Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping.
How do you say that in Cantonese again?
Xi Jinping.
This is so difficult.
Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
And some people nickname him as Zap Wing Zop.
习永旭，习习永旭，习
So it's like president forever, right?
Yeah, some people name him in Taiwan as Xi Huangdi, Emperor Xi.
Emperor Xi. Emperor
Yeah,
Xi.
that's the same. Yeah,
Yes.
because you do that until you die.
Yeah. And Winnie the Pooh, Yong Ni. How do you say?
对，习维尼。
Xi Weili. Okay. Um, I guess I went to the inauguration ceremony on May 20th. It was very pleasant. You were there as well. I didn't see you.
Yeah,
It's, very
I
proud.
was busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time I attended the inauguration. I went to the presidential campaign, the rally 2 times before. But I find it very friendly. And also the atmosphere was great, the inauguration. But, every time when I watch on TV about all the meetings in Beijing, right? It's a different feeling. You don't feel, like in Cantonese it's called 親民. First of all, I want to ask you, 親民, right? 親民. So it's like approachable. How do you say?
亲民, yeah.
親, right?
亲民.
So it's like, the philosophy is quite different. I mean, like an open democracy versus, like the Chinese Communist Party with with Chinese characteristics, right? It's quite different.
Yeah, it's very different. Ever since I think Chen Shui-bian's time,
Yeah.
Qinmin, being close to the people, having no boundaries, it has been the thing. And Ma Ying-jeou, the president, after Chen Shui-bian, he's from the other party that's more pro-China.
Yeah.
He's not so close to the people. Yeah. And then
Right.
after that, of course, Tsai Ing-wen, right? Tsai Ing-wen is, first of all, she's female. And she was a scholar. So you would think that she would not appear to be so close to the people because she had a very good background and an elite family. But she tried very, very hard. So this year, right before she resigned or she's off office, I think it was like the last 2 weeks in her office, there was a concert in the presidential hall,
Mhm.
and the media went to shoot. It was a dancer, a cross-sex dancer. That they had this sexy dance in the center of the hall in the presidential hall.
Mhm.
So it's very, very different. He even danced dressing up very sexily and in front of the
Do you mean
statues.
Argentinian tango? Like Argentina? Yeah.
Oh, even sexier than that because that was a show.
Okay.
And then the dancer gave a speech in front of everyone, including Tsai Ing-wen, sitting down listening to the speech.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very different. And you went to the inauguration, you would see Lai Qing-de, Xiao Meiqing dancing on stage, right?
On stage, yeah, it's very friendly. Yeah.
Lai Qing-de was very nervous that day, so you could see that there's almost no smile on his face.
Yeah.
Of course, he was nervous.
Yeah.
He was center of attention. Well, Xiao Meiqing was more used to it. Both of them were dancing on stage. What kind of I don't know how many years you have to wait, or if there's a time you could see that in China, like Xi Jinping 会跳舞.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope things will change for the better for
we all do.
China. Yeah, we all do, right?
Yeah.
Learn from people that has a special niche. So I don't know. Of course, it's tough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing that I put up for today it's traditional Chinese versus simplified Chinese. So these are just some words. 廣東整體字同埋簡體字啦個分別啦。 有啲字係一樣嘅，but 廣州個廣咧，so you're missing everything in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And then the word, like love, right? 愛 there's no heart to it, right? 冇心。Are you used to reading simplified Chinese?
I try very hard, but as for me, like my last name Liao, right? It's the same with the Guangdong the Guang. You don't see some. You have to guess.
Same?
Yeah. When I wrote it, I mean, some people in China wrote it.
So like this, just 3 strokes, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's a Chinese. It's a friend from China. I'm not sure if he got it right because he said that's the first time. He said that my last name is not very popular.
Leo.
So he asked. He said that maybe it was where he was from that is not popular. So when I told him to write it down, he just wrote the top, and I was really confused.
He's from mainland, right? Your friend.
Yeah. He's from mainland. He was like, "What? 你姓什么?" And I said, "Liao." And 什么料? And I wrote it, in the traditional character, and he was confused. So he said, 我们不是这样子写的. And then he wrote that to me, and I was like, "How are you supposed to know what's inside?"
Exactly.
There's nothing. Yeah, what's inside? How are you supposed to know? And
you just don't know.
Yeah. He just said.
Yeah. So I find traditional Chinese characters, got more meaning to it, definitely. But in Hong Kong, they tried to replace it with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought like Hong Kong was holding the traditional characters.
No, I hope we can uphold it for another short while, but
they're trying to change
there is
everything.
an urge from the pro-Beijing protagonists trying to, all these brainwash education, and then even, of course, Tiananmen. What happened in 1989 doesn't exist. What happened in 2019 in Hong Kong, the fight for freedom, it's doesn't exist, or they try to demonize it. Same thing using traditional Chinese characters. It's tough, so you have to fight for it, right?
It's lucky that we still my writing is terrible. But I do think that we should uphold the traditional characters. There's no argument in Taiwan. I mean, it's not like we like to write such. It takes more time, but I think there's a meaning to it. And anyway, you could type today if you are, So I don't see the point to ask people in Hong Kong to learn simplified Chinese. I don't really see the point. Maybe it's just one of their cultural brainwashing item.
Okay, so let us just review what we have learned. Xi Jinping is Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. Okay, I learned something new.
Well, more if you in Taiwan, you would say 习皇帝.
习皇帝真的
习皇帝.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people say 习永续, but 习皇帝 is definitely very popular.
Oh, okay.
习皇帝.
Well, I hope he will visit Taiwan one day. Yeah. Learn from the Taiwanese, right? Yeah. Humble himself, which is
I hope that there are more dialogues and more communication in between cross-strait, that we could understand each other better. We used to use Hong Kong, as a pivot to meet there when we still couldn't travel.
There's no more pivot. No more.
But sadly. So whenever I think of Hong Kong, I just feel so bad about it.
Yeah. The last bastion of hope is in Taiwan for democracy in Asia.
Yeah, trying to hold it up. This is one of the reasons that CCP didn't really have any huge reaction towards Jensen Huang visiting Taiwan because I don't think they want to start a war or anything. Both sides want to keep it safe right now. Yeah.
Status quo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bonnie, for the dialogue, and I wish all our viewers will be inspired today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Talk later.
Bye.